Life is a better place if you choose to set the pace. I know that it comes with ups and downs. On a daily we have to fight, try to live and to survive. Another day to get the drive. At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. Spicy with Phina.
Would you leave your husband for your sister to marry? Wait a second, let me rephrase the question. Would you leave your lawful wedded husband for your younger sister to marry? That stems from the story we have for you today of a woman living abroad. And you know what she did? She had to advocate, to her husband. She had to speak to her husband to relocate her own sister to come live with them. You know what? Stay tuned. I'll come back with the full gist of what actually transpired. This is Spicy with Phina. Indeed, crazy things are happening.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Adeyemi's spirit Adeshino is a lover of Jesus, a stage and screen actor, and also the lead designer and stylist at Spirit Coco Clothing. He is happily married and blessed with a beautiful daughter. His passion is to spread the love of God and edify people through entertainment. Emanuela Uche is from Abia State, born in July 14th, and she is a school teacher.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Welcome back. It's Spicy with Phina, and you've just met my guests, and they are already seated. Mr. Yomi, good to have you. I'm really honored to, I've never met you before now. Yeah. And when I spoke to you to come on the show, you were very, very, your response was really, really accommodating. Like, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Ella, how are you? You look good though. Lady of many colors. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I have a story.
Okay.
Let me read it before we start our conversation, right? It says, I am 40 years old, married for 7 years with no child. My younger sister is 35. I live abroad with my husband. When I was in the uni, I used to date this guy, and we dated for 10 years. And within these 10 years, I had 6 abortions. My sister is my closest friend, so I used to confide in her, and she would always bring me drugs to take, and my period will start again, since she's a nurse. All those times, I didn't see it as abortion, as I feel the babies were not yet formed. On the 10th year, my ex-boyfriend left me for another woman. I was shattered, but I did not give up. I did my best to move on, and then I met my husband, who treated me very well. 1 year later, we got married. 5 years into the marriage, my mom pleaded with me to bring my sister over into the country where I live with my husband, so she can, find greener pasture, since she is a nurse. My husband kicked against the idea, but I convinced him, and she came over to live with us. Before now, my husband and I have gone for medical examination, and the doctor said we are perfectly fine. As I'm writing this message, my sister is pregnant for my husband. And the worst of it all is that our mother says I should leave my husband for my sister and look for another man. My sister in turn also told my husband about the 6 abortions I did, saying that is the reason why I haven't gotten pregnant yet. I am in shock, as I can't imagine my own mother and sister doing this to me. Please, I need advice. What should I do? First thing.
Let me take a seat.
First thing first, I want us to first of all react to this story. Imagine a woman of 40-year-old. She is 40 already, no child. she's been married for 7 years. And all of a sudden, one thing led to another. Your sister came over to live with you guys. Your husband got her pregnant because only God knows what she must have told your husband. And your mother, your own mother, now said you should leave your husband. I want us to react to this story. Mr. Yomi, let me hear your reaction. Let me hear what you have to say concerning this story.
Okay, let me talk.
Okay.
See, you said earlier that the man kicked against it.
Of course.
Because maybe the man knows that when he's with ladies, he doesn't know how to handle himself. You know, and you brought a younger, maybe finer sister to their house.
Mr. Yomi, like, is that what you have? Like, oh my!
I'm just saying.
You're just saying.
Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me the stuff between your legs doesn't respect anybody?
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that. But I'm just speaking for the brother.
No.
He kicked against it. Maybe he has seen the handwriting on the wall, like, this is trouble. Babe.
And maybe probably he knows the girl. Of course, not probably. Of course, he's married to this man for 7 years.
Definitely.
He should know the sister.
Yes, or probably even
now
before they got married, the younger sister, now they do or they cut eye for the man.
And you couldn't go outside.
The guy has tried
to
stay in this marriage for 7 years and he didn't do anything bad. Now you brought trouble home. When trouble sleep, young dog later.
Let me see your reaction to the story. Like, you see this.
Anyway, this
is
story.
Crazy. Okay, he attacked it from the angle of the man. Like,
exactly.
The man must have seen something that made him, kicked against it in the first place. So, what angle are you looking at? The mother, the sister?
Oh my God, mine head will roll.
Head will roll.
Of course.
Which person's head? The mother, your mother, or your sister? Like, if you were to be in the ladies'
In fact,
shoe.
my sister and my mom, since they want to kill me.
Oh.
Do you understand? Because you don't know the pains.
Of course.
That such a lady must have been going through. You know, even when they tell us that your enemy is in your family, everybody, for the fact that you're seeing someone's face, you don't really know what is going on in their heart. And for her to have seen that, even after everything, I've been able to move from this environment to another environment. Of course, she will be eyeing all my lifestyle and she wants to be there. But I will not allow.
If you're saying you will not,
I will not.
It actually takes me to my next question. Like, do you think ladies use their friends' secrets, against them? Like, I tell you something out of, the fact that you're my friend. Do you think women are fond of going about, using that thing I told you to, rubbish my personality or something? Do you think that happens among ladies?
Yeah, it does happen. We ladies, when they say women look out for women, not in all, not in all.
Women supporting women. I can imagine the kind of support.
Women, when it has to do, they said you don't advise a woman that is in love. When a woman that wants actually this, she can go to any extent to get it. If it doesn't, if it means removing someone out of the way for her to get there, she will do that. So
But she's her sister, though.
Anyway, I want to ask Mr. Yomi, I want to ask you a question. Now, it is not today. It is not just in this story that we know that some men and their sister-in-laws used to somehow. Like,
okay.
So what do we blame that act on? Like, are you going to say you came into my family to marry me? And you saw that my younger sister was finer, and yet you went ahead to marry me. And then tomorrow you now come out and start doing something with my sister. So what do we blame that act on? Because like she said, there are women out there you can, don't come for my sister, So what do we blame that act on?
Oh, okay.
Don't tell me it's devil. Devil
is busy in Benin. Devil is busy in Benin.
That's the first person we blame, though. But really, I feel that for them to have married for 7 years, you will know my strength and my weaknesses.
Of course.
And for the man to have kicked against that, probably the guy can handle the women outside. Maybe he knows how to watch himself and protect himself outside, but you are bringing a lady into the house, and probably maybe something happened between the sister and the man before, and the man, as men, like to keep things to ourselves.
Okay.
So, like, I don't want to tell you this secret, but don't bring your sister. But if you insist, all right, bring her in. And eventually.
So, are you not saying that now that she did not agree and she brought the sister in, whatever it is you ended up doing with that her sister, what the man did with the sister, is he going to blame it on lust? Is he going to blame it on the fact that I told you that I did not agree and it did not happen, or is he going to blame it on lack of self-control, or what exactly can that be blamed on?
Well, I think the best option is lack of self-control. Seriously, because there's nothing else you can blame that on. It's your wife's sister.
And boy, again, he had so many secrets. Your wife have committed 6 abortions, and yet you could not sit your wife down and try to talk to her about what you have heard. You just decide to do what is best, what you think is best for you.
Well, well, the man was like, okay, maybe at first he was not thinking that it will lead to pregnancy. Like, okay, this is a quickie.
You know you're doing this in your mouth. No, I don't think I like. Because you're doing this in your mouth.
Let me steal
I know my wife is watching her and she's like, okay, you come back home and come and meet me. No, but really, for them to have married for 7 years, I believe you will know some certain things about your spouse. So
you think some women are actually blinded to that fact that your husband might be seeing something, and that's why he's kicking against this thing. But you're just one-way traffic. You don't want to read in between lines. Okay,
exactly.
I see what you're saying.
For them to have lived for 7 years and they've been happy, nothing like that has happened before. That means
not with other people, ladies and all that.
So,
Ella, do you share the same view? Like maybe the husband must have suspected or sensed that this thing will be trouble. That was why I said, don't bring your sister. And yes, she went ahead to do it.
You know, men has this issue with when their wife want to bring maybe their younger sister who is a bit grown to their house. They always have, no, let's only us stay.
But why is that though?
I don't know. He's a man.
He should be seeing that sister as your sister.
Exactly, because if it's my if it's his own, I will feel it's the same thing with him. So the respect I have for him is the same I will accord to the younger brother or whatever. Do you understand? So they have this way of when their wife's younger sister want to come on board, they will be like, no, So I don't know. It's only few.
I think I know. The reason is
maybe they feel that one is fine.
When you guys are under the same space,
even
if the man doesn't want, some younger sisters can be very funny. That's when they will now wear very short things. That's when they will now start doing some certain things. Some younger sisters are not like that.
If I bring my younger sister to my house and I see some
certain things,
nasty dressing, it's for only me. Please don't come and do it here.
Oh, okay. So you cannot put your sister-in-law in check, and you cannot put your brother-in-law.
No, I can, but to an extent, I'll give that liberty to my wife. I would rather talk to my wife like, babe, this is what I'm noticing. I'll just suggest you talk to your sister.
Your sister, okay.
You know, when people are living under the same roof, they are considered to be family. Do you understand? So sometimes you might not really have that thing in mind, but when you start seeing some things, you'll be like,
I see.
If it's his brother and I start seeing him wearing some
tight things,
because
you also wear tight things,
but my
no, him, and he will living his chest. Or my sister will just wake up, some things will be like, I'll be wearing some things.
Oh,
auntie, please can we
have a conversation?
Exactly. So I feel it's between the two, the spouse, that's the couple to checkmate themselves, so that they don't have external body coming into them.
I will need to ask another question, but let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will continue on the conversation. I'll be right back.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Party with Phina and my guests. We've been having a very interesting conversation. I want to know, the question I was saying I was going to ask is, let's look at the mother. And she says, okay, since you don't have child for your husband just yet, and your sister is already pregnant, can you please leave your husband for your sister and look for another man? What do you think will make any parent say such thing to their child? Do you think, it's like saying the woman born that girl, or say maybe probably she's looking at some other things? What do you think would have contributed to her picking that side?
I need to take another sip.
You guys are funny. What do you think?
Man, that's really weird. And it's really, really serious for a mother to actually tell her own daughter that leave your husband for your sister. Something's wrong somewhere.
You think she prefers the younger one to the elder one?
Probably. Or maybe the woman is just bent on having a grandchild.
Oh, interesting.
And like, okay, as long as
she can still have a grandchild now. Must the girl marry the man?
Well, it don't happen. So,
Hey,
auntie, you please, Bikon, find another man. Let your sister have this one since we have a grandchild from
that's not fair.
And number 3, maybe the man is really wadded and like we don't want to lose somehow from this man.
So, the way you do your face makes me
just say.
So Ella, what do you think would make this woman even say such thing?
If my mom should come up with such, the first thing is I'll ask my question, are you sure you are my mom? Because at that point I will lose it. I will lose it. A woman who has been married, age is no longer on my side.
Years.
And I can't conceive, maybe not yet, or maybe I will not because of my past. You know, and my younger sister is pregnant. You are coming to tell me, instead of you to be, try to play the mother's role, to be cautioning my sister or
that
said,
what she did is
do you understand?
wrong.
Or said, you need to leave that house. Let them sort themselves out. And you are telling me to leave my marriage. Do you know how long we started this? Do you know? You can't tell me that. I'm sorry. You can't. Because that is like you are driving me crazy. The next thing is depression, maybe to do something nasty to myself. I can't imagine working so hard with a man and someone somewhere, you spoiled my name, it wasn't enough for you, you got pregnant for you.
Exactly.
What happened to protection? What happened to it? That means it was intentional. You actually want to climb on mine.
After all I did.
Do you understand?
For you.
After all I did for you. That's why sometimes family has a way of family has a way of because when they say the enemy is outside, actually the enemy is not outside, it's inside the house. Do you understand? So if my mom should tell me something like that, I will not take it like both she and my younger sister.
You just put their head on
but
the
the first thing first is that I need to talk to my husband. The deed has already been done. He has made the mistake.
Okay.
But he has to be apologetic about it. And I will see the extent he has gone with his apology and all that. Then I will ask him, what do you want?
Okay.
Well, from the mother's reaction and all that to this matter, it looks like they planned this from the beginning, from the get-go. Like, she deliberately sent the sister over.
Since your sister haven't given birth yet, go so that this man will still remain within our family.
Yes, go and help her. The way Sarah did to Abraham, I gave her Ida.
It might just be. Well, okay, let me. Okay, I want us to advise this lady. Now she's in the middle. She's faced with betrayal because she feels her mom and sister have actually betrayed her. Now the husband on the other side, you heard so many stories about me, gossips about me. You did not even deem it fit to sit me down and say, oh, I heard you've had series of abortion. How did it happen and all that? And besides, remember she mentioned that they've done medical checks and both of them are fit. So it's not like me probably they said, the womb has been damaged. So I don't even expect that man to, sit on whatever it is the sister must have fed him with, because you guys are both medically fit. So no traces of abortion has spoiled this woman's womb, blah, blah, blah. So whatever I think she has said, it could be lies for all you know. So I want us to give this lady our last advice. Like, okay, this is what I think you should do. Do you want her to stick around and make her marriage work, like you said, fight for your love a bit? Or would you rather advise her, let's just have your final advice for her? Let me start with you, Ella.
Okay, anyway, sister.
Any sister.
Okay, so my advice is that do not leave your home. Don't leave your home for your younger sister.
Sister would now be the second wife.
Don't.
I see.
Don't. But whatever they want to do with the child, but let it be outside the home. They can always sort themselves out.
What if he wants to marry her?
Has the man said he wants to marry her?
What if he wants to marry her? Would you still advise her to stay?
I don't know. For me,
both sisters would be munyeji.
You can imagine how that. But okay. Me, I will not
advise her to.
I will not
leave her marriage.
I will not advise her to leave her marriage. Do you understand? Okay. Because if such scenarios surround a marriage, even if she goes, the man will not still be happy. It doesn't matter. You don't use a child to hook a man down. A man always finds, where do I find peace? Where do I find fulfillment? Now we have adoption home that you can adopt children. It doesn't matter whether they are your biological children. Exactly. Do you understand? Yeah. So let them sort themselves. They don't need to split. Unless the man says, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I don't want anything. And she finds out that it's going to be messy for her if she's in that room, in that house with him. Then she can, you understand, before you resort to something else, trying to push her away, domestic violence setting and all that. But so for me, she shouldn't go.
Okay.
Rather, the sister should leave. He's only a child. Maybe you got pregnant, fine and good. You will give birth to the child. Then you continue with your life. Do you understand?
Okay. So, Mr. Yomi, what do you advise her to do?
Like I said earlier,
okay,
I will advise her to find a way to sit her husband down.
Okay.
They should have a long talk. You should talk. You should talk. Ask questions, all sorts of questions. So because the man determines a whole lot in the situation.
In this situation, yes.
It's whatever whatever he wants, that's going to happen. Even if she tries to fight and all that, if the man still says, I want your sister, it's nothing. So I will advise her to just sit her husband down. They should have a long talk about everything. And if they can work it out, fine. If they can't,
Okay, so
men are babies, so when they do their shit, women are the way of. Yeah,
it's vice versa, though. It's vice versa.
No, we are grown.
Women are grown.
It's vice versa. It's not procreating. It's not really attached to a man or woman. So
if I want to drive your points home, you said she should not leave her marriage. Try to see how she can make it work. As much as the sister is pregnant, there might be ways to work around that without it spoiling the marriage. Then, Mr. Yemi, you said conversation is in fact, is key. Yes. Communication is key.
Yeah.
The man has the major role to play here. It's his home. He decides what happens. As much as the mother of the girls feels one should leave the man for the other, the man might have a different opinion. That I still want my wife.
Exactly.
I know I've done something wrong, but I still want my wife. So conversation, communication, very key in every relationship. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really, really appreciate you.
Thanks for
having us. Thank you. As usual, Spicy with Phina, we have something for you.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so I think I would do the ladies first. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, of course.
Ladies first after the guys.
Yes,
I wouldn't do you now.
It's fine.
Ella, this for you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming to Spicy with Phina. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so this is for you. I know you have babies, so.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Ah,
Thank
this
you
is
so
beautiful.
much for coming.
This is
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you. We've actually come to the end of today's episode of Spicy with Phina. If you are the writer of the story, you've heard what my guests have said. You can work this out. Yes, your sister is pregnant for your husband, but you need to really sit him down and have a conversation with him. You guys should talk, And I'm very sure that as much as your mom wants you to leave your husband for your husband might have a different opinion. So if you don't talk to him, you might not really know. So sit him down, have a long talk with him, and be able to work things out in your marriage. Everything will be all right last.
Yeah.
Trust me. I have to go now. Until I come your way again next time, please kindly follow us on all our social media handles, as you can see on the screen. And please, if you have stories you'd like to share with us or you would like to come on the show, please call the numbers on your screen. And you can also send your stories to spicywithphina@gmail.com. Until I come your way again next time, I love you all.
You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Spicy with Phina is a talk show that addresses life issues. Free to share with us.
You'll be okay.